All right, baby girl, we're Monday morning, super early, 5:07 a.m. So I'm heading towards World Gym Academy, a gym that I haven't trained in for over a year. And because it's just further from where I live and it was convenient for me to go to Lachenay. But I have a sponsorship with the smoothie bar. It's like a shop that sells supplements and does like amazing smoothies. So I have to create content for them once in a while. So it gives me an excuse to go to that World Gym, and I'm even going to use other World Gyms, such as the World Gym in Laval. There's even the one in Brossard that I'm probably going to use eventually. But it's always tailored according to what I have planned in a certain day. You know, that's what I love about my lifestyle, is that I always drive around and I have access to so many different gyms, because I also go to Anytime Fitness and Apt Fitness, my favorite gym. But it's nice to know that I have different options. And so for today's workout, it's going to be an overhead press training, which things have been going very well in the sense that my technique's improving, my confidence is going up. My left shoulder issue, it's more in the back, it's on the front. With my neck, it's my scalenes that were jammed because I overdid it a bit at the end of 2025. But all of that stuff is leaving and I'm getting better. It's actually showing with my acrobatics as well, because the one thing that got destroyed was acrobatics. I couldn't do back end springs anymore, or even what it's called, like backflips properly, because like I would always go in an angle because of the pain. But now that it's like leaving, I'm becoming better with everything that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm excited to share you guys the training of today. It's gonna be, I call them boring workouts, meaning I go in with no expectations. The goal is not to do a PR or to manage to hit the best top set. It's about doing pure quality grind that will actually build over time, because people are afraid to put in the reps. And just with my YouTube videos, I've been consistent ever since I started, which is like I think 2-3 weeks ago. And every single day there's a video that comes out. Not to say that I'll never have some time off, it's possible. But the way I plan things out is I always have videos ahead and ahead and ahead that are ready to publish. And why? Because I'm focused. These are my priorities, or a part of my priorities. So I don't mess with that. I don't let anything mess with my flow. So I'll see you guys at World Gym Lacadie. Let's get it. All right, so I'm here at World Gym Lacadie. So the vibe is different here, like different people, which is nice because I can fit with multiple vibes. So it works perfectly for me. So here's the dips. It's actually funny because the dips here are upstairs at World Gym Lachenay. All the machines are all on the same floor. Here there's two floors with a set of machines. So this is where I'm gonna do the dips. So every time I have to go back down, bring the weights up, but it's okay. It's kind of like extra calorie burns that we could say that I get access to. So let's see how the body feels. Oh yeah, very good. All right. So before I start adding weights, I'm gonna start doing my warm up as usual. It's funny because when I first started doing this, um, I always had to remind myself of doing it now. I've done it so often that it's automatic for me to do it. So it's like breathing for me, which means I'll never skip it. What I'll do is, like I explain in most videos when I show this, I do 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I really don't mess around with my rotator cuff training. One, two, six. Very nice. And that's a good sign for me too, because there's days where I could feel like I can't pull as well. And today I feel super strong. Like it's easy for me to do the pull. So that means my body recovered very well. It's pretty nice now because the gym is pretty empty. That's why I like to come to gym super early. I like to have access to all the equipment without too many people. But when there's a lot of people, I manage as well, you know, like I remember back in the days, I used to be someone that like would complain when there's a lot of people at the gym, but it's like, look, you're using a public space. What do you expect? You know, it's like if you're gonna act like that, then just get your own home gym. All right, it's time for Gohan to put a plate. So we're gonna warm up gradually. Same principle. You know, it's funny because I know how a lot of guys are when they use different gyms sometimes, and they know that they're a very high performance. They'll show up at the gym and they're gonna try to overperform or like try to show that you know they're the shit, and that's when they can fumble themselves. And you see me, I have this approach that it doesn't matter which gym I go to, I will always behave the same thing as my main gym. Meaning I'm not trying to like prove anything to anyone. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Very nice. So we're gonna go up to a plate 25, which is 70 pounds. Time to go for 70 pounds. It's funny, I realize every time it's time to get the set going, I always say, all right. It's like in Dragon Ball, Vegeta. Those who know Dragon Ball, they'll get the reference. Well, I am like a fused character now, so I get to say, all right. Okay. Very nice. So today I'm probably going to increase the top set by 2.5 pounds, which means I think last time I did this workout, it was on 125 pounds. So I'm going to put 127.5 pounds. I know I could do 3 plates today probably, but I'm not going to chase it. Like I'll let it come naturally. And that's how it's supposed to be. Because with everything I'm doing, if I increase too fast in one thing, it's going to blow up somewhere else. All right. So now you see, I did it again. I said, all right. So 90 pounds. And after that, the plan is 115 pounds with, yeah, 2 plates and a 25. Then the top set for today, which is going to be the big win, is 2 plates, 35 and a 2.5. All right, let's see how 90 pounds feels. Very nice. I love how I can go really deep. There was a time where I injured one of my, I think it was my right shoulder, and yeah, I could barely go to a 90 degree, and yeah, I took my time. Now I'm able to go all the way down. Very good for my calisthenics. That's why I like to do deep dips. However, you can stop at 90 degree. It's fine. Even partials, they work. But if you want the full potential, you have to go reach out deeper. But listen to your body. If you know your body can't handle it, then you have to respect it. All right, so now we have 2 plates and 25 pounds.
That's 115 pounds. So with that said, I'll be able to know if the next one is going to be smooth or if it's going to be a struggle. And honestly, if it would be a struggle, I'll probably skip it and just go to the working sets because I don't want to waste energy. I have overhead press to do as well after. So we got to be wise. Or I could transform into my beast mode and even primal mode and it would work. But I did it already 2 days ago with other exercises. And when I go beast mode or primal mode, it uses a lot of your central nervous system. So like I could use it probably once or twice today, but I like to give myself the challenge to not transform. It's like in Dragon Ball. I love the idea that like I can defeat the obstacles without having to transform. So staying in base form or ultimate form. All right, let's see how that one goes. Oh yeah, it's gonna be super easy. Yeah, very good. Very nice control and depth. All right, 127.5 pounds. So we got a little 2.5, 35, and two 45s. So the last set was super easy. Let's see how this one feels. My goal is every workout to do top sets that are the easiest possible. Like that, I can properly do my working sets. And the cool thing with top sets is that when you use the right weight, doing your working sets after is a joke. Literally a joke. All right, let's get it. Oh yeah, very nice. Still a challenge though. It went up easily, but I had to focus. For example, the last set would be the kind of set that like I would be able probably to talk as I would be doing it. This one, I had to be focused. So very nice. For the first working set, very simple. It's I'm gonna put my equipment, and some people are gonna think it's funny because I'm actually gonna use very lightweight. It's only 55 pounds. But the thing is that um, when you use equipment, even with lighter weights, what you're doing is that you're still preserving your tendons and ligaments for future workouts. And me, because I train so much, it's actually wise to use them. And you see what I did is my top set, I actually did it raw. So as I was warming up and getting towards my top set, I still trained my body to be able to handle weights without equipment. And I'll even have sessions where I'll do my working sets, no equipment. But this specific one, I'm using them because I want to be able to be performant for my overhead press as well. So that's how you can use. Yeah, that's exactly how you can use equipment in your advantage. Because I know like some people sometimes. I remember back in the days, some people would come up to me and be like, "Oh, you injured yourself, huh? That's why you're using equipment." And every time I was like, "No, I'm not injured." It's so funny how people assume that when you use equipment is because you have tendonitis or injuries, but it's true. A lot of times what happens is when people get injured, they'll go buy, like, at a store the equipment to protect themselves so they can continue training instead of actually consulting and seeing what the problem is, which is not good because then it makes it aggravate. But me, everything is intentional and calculated. All right, so I remember last time I did that exact session at World Gym Lachenay. I did I did 45 pounds for 7 reps for 2 sets. So now that I reached my goal of 7 reps with the setup, I increased by 10 pounds, but I'm only going for sets of 3. So it's gonna be very easy. And if you ever try to approach training this way, you're gonna feel like you're not really doing anything. It's like it's too easy, but something is still happening, believe me. All right, so first set. Very nice. So it's gonna be one more set like this, and we're done for the dips. That's it. That's all. Very simple. This is the part where I'm talking about like boring workouts. It's that like it's not like, oh yeah, every rep I'm grinding and trying to push too hard. A lot of people think it's go hard or go home. I say go smart or go home. 55 pounds. I'm gonna put the equipments after. It's nice because I feel really good, and right after I have an overhead press, so I'm gonna be able to produce for that. Okay. And the mindset I like to give myself is even when I do sets like those that are super easy, I tell myself it's as if it's super heavy shit. Like that, I approach the set with the same concentration and focus. Because the thing is, when we tend to use weights that are too easy for us, that's where our form can actually slip. That's why you'll see guys that bench like 45 pounds, let's say for 50 reps. It's like, yeah, you did 50 reps, but they're not 50 clean reps. It's not to say that you can't do fast reps to like build stamina, but you get the point that I'm trying to say. It's that like the mentality is not the same because they're like it's super light. So I like to approach it as if it's super heavy still. Very good. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like, leave some comments, talk about what's maybe your PR on the dips, and don't forget to subscribe to not miss the future content. I'll see you guys soon.